Hello and welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl. Now, this is your astrological forecast for March 2026. And welcome. Now, before I get into the forecast, I want to speak about the parade of planets that are aligning on the 28th of February in the evening between 8 and 9. They will all be visible. And this is connected to a reset within each and every one of us. However, some of you who are not awakened may not feel it as deeply as those who are on their journey and that are walking with intention. Okay, and the 6 planets are Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay, so with this massive reset happening, we're starting to see signs of it on a global level. We're looking at the U.S. and Iran, the U.S. and Israel invading Iran and Tehran. We're also seeing that the Russians, the Chinese, North Koreans, and Cuba are all starting to get involved, even the UK. Okay, so this is massive. And to, create a third world war is not in our best interests for the U.S. Okay, and it's in nobody's best interest. But this is some of what we are seeing unfolding at this present moment. Now, we also have a total lunar eclipse that is occurring in March, early March, and this will have an effect on us. It's a 2-year cycle that's it's waking up, and this is karmic energy, and it's happening in the sign of Virgo. So with this total eclipse energy, there is a lot that we are having to face going forward. So let me just get into a little bit of this full moon and lunar eclipse. Okay, so it's going to be happening on the 3rd, and they call it a worm full moon. But with this total eclipse coinciding with it, it becomes a blood moon, and it'll be 82 minutes, and we will be able to see the color blood moon on the 3rd. And we won't have another total lunar eclipse until New Year's Eve of 2028. Okay? So with this being in the sign of Virgo, this lunar eclipse is exposing the truth. Okay? Virgo, it doesn't create chaos. It diagnoses it with precision, because Virgo is all about the boxes and perfectionism. Virgo rules our habits, how we organize, our discipline, our health, our daily routine, and our self-criticism, and our perfection patterns. Okay? So this lunar eclipse exposes what we've been tolerating, okay, just going along with, such as where we are overgiving, overthinking, where we have been ignoring our body, where we have been staying out of obligation, and where our standards have quietly lowered. This lunar eclipse is activated on the karmic axis of the Pisces North Node and Virgo South Node at this time. And these nodes happen every 18 months. So we're at the end of the North and South Node in Pisces and Virgo. So come July, we'll be in Aquarius North Node and Leo South Node. Okay? So these nodes represent past karma, unfinished lessons, emotional patterns, and contracts, and cycles that repeat until they are corrected. Okay? So this is the big reset for humanity that is occurring now, because once we get into this total lunar eclipse, we'll be different people. Okay? You may not notice it right away, but it'll take a year before we start seeing the difference from where we are now to where we will be when we get there. Okay, so I'm not going to talk a lot about the whole month forecast, because this total lunar eclipse and this full moon and this new moon that's coming on the 18th is holding a whole lot of energy. And we need to talk about that and be aware of it so that we can act accordingly. But you know, with Pisces involved, it's about going with the flow. And we will talk about each sign as I go forward. So I'll see you on the other side. Hello to my beautiful Scorpio risings out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your monthly forecast for March 2026. Now, before I get into the forecast, I just want to share with you that the introduction has a lot of tea that I'm not going to share in your forecast because it's too much to take in. So I want to just want you to take a look, because there is a lot to unpack. And in this one, we have a total lunar eclipse this month. We also have energies that are packed in the sign of Pisces, and Pisces is our north node for the year until July, and Virgo is the south node past karmic energy. And this is the axis that this energy is working on, allowing us to release so that we can reset and to become, a different version of who we are. Okay, so I'm going to get right into the reading. On the 2nd of March, we have Mars entering Pisces at 0 degrees in your 5th house. And the 5th house represents your, house of fun, creativity, romance, your inner child, children, hobbies, gambling as well. Okay, so here Your creative expression comes through your inspired desires and imaginative mindset, then through blunt force. Okay? You prefer to use your charm, dream, and persuade rather than confront. Your artistic pursuits are strong in areas of performing arts, performing, writing, or anything that lets you pour your feelings into a visible form. It could be singing too. You may be romantic, tender, and slightly idealistic in love, driven by emotional connection rather than pure physical conquest. Okay? You know that, well, you might not know, but yeah, you know the type, Scorpio rising, because Mars is part of your ruler as well. And you know how that physical conquest can be passionate. All right. So, did I want to say anything else here? All right. So on the third, we have a full moon in the sign of Virgo, and Virgo is on the south node axis, which represents your past life. Okay, karmic energy, and this is a worm moon, and it coincides with the total lunar eclipse, and this happens in your 11th house. And this is your, this total lunar eclipse is considered a blood moon. And you can see the red color of this moon happening in the Americas, East Asia, and Australia. Okay? So this lunar reveal will expose outdated wishes or social ties that no longer align with your growth. This is a time of endings and recognizing karmic clarity. So, this is the 11th house of large organizations, memberships, friendships, your work group type of things, and again, your hopes, wishes, which could be your long-term goals. So, this is a time to reevaluate what that is and let what no longer serves you go, so that with this lunar eclipse, it's like a reset. And once that reset happens, then it's going to be a whole different timeline for us, okay? But this is happening in your group zone, large organizations, your friend groups, membership type of things. So on the 8th, we have retrograde Mercury entering Pisces. I hope this is right. Yes. And this is happening in your 5th house as well, of creativity. So expect delays or revisions in rekindling old flames or rethinking hobbies because the boundaries are blurred. Okay? Your creativity in music, poetry, or art may be heightened, but may be stalled because they need to be reevaluated. Okay? Your communication with children may be a challenge. So just be careful with this retrograde, because miscommunication is part of it. All right? But it's also a time where we are, because it's in the sign of Pisces now, and Pisces is, we're moving out of that energy, is trying to sweep the karmic energy out, move it out, so that the leveling of the new game is on track. Okay? So on the 18th, we have this new moon in Pisces, and this is at 28 degrees. And this is happening in your fifth house of hobbies, creativity, romantic partners, inner child children. Okay, so this new moon is sparking a fresh start because this 28 degrees is a critical ending, okay? I mean, it represents inner endings, but it is a critical degree. So it's a fresh start for you to involve yourself in playful projects, dating intentions, or nurturing your inner child or children as well. Uranus is making a harmonious aspect, creating innovative breakthroughs for you. Okay, Scorpio rising. So just be, try to be more authentic. All right? So this is your forecast for March 2026. And until next time, bye for now.